What's up, shopping homies? Today on Shop with Sally, I am going to chat with you about sneakers, which are one of my favorite footwear categories of the last couple years. I was really happy when the fashion industry started to embrace the flat and then the sneaker shoe again. So I just want to go over with you quickly, in 2 seconds, the history of the sneaker, and then also talk about some of my favorite sneakers that are available to purchase now. So let's do it. Okay, first up, so I did a little research on the worldwide internet, and I found that I guess sneakers have been around since the 18th century, but when they first created them, they were just a rubber sole with canvas on top, and there wasn't even a right and left shoe. It was just the same kind of, I don't know, rubber shape, so very rudimentary. And then the first official sneaker company that created a left and right shoe was Keds, and that was in 1892. So, if you want to go really OG and maybe look a little bit like Beavis and Butthead, you can go for the traditional Keds shape of sneaker. It's not my favorite just because sometimes it can be really hard on the ankle and the leg. But if you're a Keds kind of girl, I say go for it. There's some good Keds out there. They've been doing some good collaborations with Opening Ceremony and people like that, so who knows. And then they also did it with that Taylor Swift character, but whatever. I don't really use her as a style icon. Moving on, my second favorite sneaker, or sorry, I shouldn't say second favorite because I love almost every sneaker except for Keds, obviously, is Converse. And Converse was created in the early 1900s by the basketball league, and so Converse, Chuck Taylor was a basketball player, and he continued to improve and improve and improve on this basketball shoe. And Chuck Taylors are still one of my favorite sneakers and favorite sneaker to many of people. And I think that possibly this whole sneaker thing came back into play with the return of grunge that happened a couple years ago. And, part of the grunge movement was definitely, on top of Doc Martens, was definitely a sneaker and definitely a Converse. So I have a really cool pair of Converse here. These are my favorite Converse that I own. I got them in New York at one of those weird ghetto shops on Broadway. It was apparently owned, these are sold by Converse. I don't know, maybe you can try to find them online somewhere. I couldn't find them, but they have a really cool extra rubber sole to give me a little more height so I can wear them with my suits and stuff. But I love a classic Chuck Taylor All-Star. I think these are great. They're $55. They have fun prints. They have fun new variations of them. So there's a lot of good options there for your your Chuck Taylors, excuse me. Also, these look fantastic with a suit. They look great with jeans. Just everything looks good with the Converse. They also have a couple versions out there in black leather. I think you can find them on Amazon. So if you want to dress it up a little bit more and make them even a little bit more formal, you can get these in leather, which is super cool. So, enough with history because, I can't be bothered to do that much research. No, just kidding. The other shoe that's become the big shoe that's a legitimate sneaker, as in it's a sneaker company who owns it, is the Nike Air Max. I have the Nike Air Max here. This is a pair that they're a little bit dirty because I wear them a lot. This is a pair of Air Maxes that I designed on their custom ID thing on Nike.com, where you can choose your own colors. So I did these guys. This is the infrared, red, pink, and then red and black, and then I got my name on them. See the Sally right there? So I was pretty excited about that. But these are the Air Maxes. The Air Max 1s and the Air Max 90s are the ones that all the fashion people have really embraced and are wearing. I think it has a lot to do with Phoebe Philo. Phoebe Philo started wearing them at the end of her runway shows, and then suddenly everyone in fashion wanted Air Max 90s. I've loved these. I was a sneaker freak in the 90s. One of my first boyfriends was obsessive, and we used to buy matching Air Maxes. So these have been in my lineage of my own personal fashion history, and I was happy to bring them back. These are awesome. I also have a couple other Nike versions below in the shopping links that are awesome that I love. There's some vintage kind of 80s and 70s styles that are I think they're even a little more comfortable than these. But I think it's about finding the color combos you like and the shoe that is the most comfortable for your foot. The other shoe I like from Nike that I'm obsessed with are the Nike SB mids. These are the mids, MIDs. I love this colorway. I'm actually going to make sure that there's a shopping link for these. I can't remember if there is or not right now because I'm filming, but whatever. These are awesome because I like the ankle support and I find them really comfortable. I don't know, they say mid-zoom air. So I love these. They're Nike SB, which is like newer kind of part of Nike. They're like usually like around $100, maybe 200 at the most. They sell these at legit skate shops, so you know, there's a cool factor if you care about that kind of thing. I don't. I just like what's comfortable. I like these because it's nice and bulky at the bottom of my leg, so it tends to can make my leg look skinnier coming out of a big bulky shoe like this, which is as far as looking at proportions, I really like that. These also look awesome with suits, as well as the Air Max 90s or their Air Max 1s. I think they look awesome with suits or trousers. They can look okay with a dress, but I don't know, sometimes it's just a little bit like a commute. You know, you don't want to look like someone who's like commuting from Staten Island, if you know what I'm saying. Not that there's anything wrong with that. I'm just saying the commute part, you know, where like you have on like work clothes and then some trainers, but like not chic. So all I'm saying, to make it look intentional, I like them better with the trouser. I like them better with a jean. I'm just saying. Or a kimono. I actually love to wear my sneakers with kimonos. I think it's funny. People like it. I like it. You know, just another suggestion there. But yeah, the hard thing about the Nike SBs is that these mostly come in men's sizes. I have a ginormous foot. My foot is a size 40 or a women's like 9.5, 10. So I'm okay to slip into a men's 8. If you have a smaller foot, then sorry, you're out of luck. I wish there was something I could do, but unfortunately there's not. You can always look at the kids section, which there's actually, they make really good shoes for the kids section. On all the sites, Adidas and Nike, so definitely check it out if you have like a tiny, tiny Asian foot. Okay, so next I'm gonna get into like sneaker collaborations. Hold on. Before I go into sneaker collaborations, I just want to also say I love New Balances, where I have some options here in the shopping area. New Balances are a total classic. I love Stan Smiths. I don't have a pair right now because I wear them out so fast and they get so gnarly and stinky that I have to throw them away. But I love all white with the green Stan Smiths, and I have a cool version of those here. I love Vans slip-ons, which I have a pair, but they've actually been chewed up by my dog recently, so I don't have a pair to show you. But the Vans slip-ons are another classic shoe. They're like $50. I have another option here in the shopping links, but I think the Vans are always a great option, and they look great with dresses. I think more than kind of like you know, like an Air Max or something. But yeah. So New Balance, Nike, Adidas Stan Smiths. I mean, like Nike Air Maxes, Nike Mid Dunk SBs, or really any of the SB shoes are great. Old like Nikes, like the Nike Vintage that are like 70s and 80s are all great shapes too. The Stan Smiths from Adidas, and I also like Sambas from Adidas. Love Chuck Taylors. Anything Chuck Taylor from Converse is fantastic. I also love the Converse Weapons. Again, they're only doing John Varvatos did a release of them on Converse.com. They're my favorite shoe because it's what Axl Rose wore in the 80s when he was amazing. So yeah, I love Weapons, but again, it's only men's sizes, so unless you have a ginormous foot, you're not going to fit into them. But if you're into that kind of thing and you do have a big foot like I do, then totally check out Weapons on Converse.com. So then the next kind of thing that's happening is the designer collaborations with these sneaker companies. So I think one of the most famous and most popular in the fashion world are the Jeremy Scott collaboration with Adidas. And these are my favorite shoes that I pretty much have, and they're super comfortable. They're the Wings. He does a new version. These are like a year old. He does a new version every season. They're great. They're kind of expensive. They're about $250, I think, when they fully come out. They usually, whatever's left gets marked down to $100 at the end of the season. I love them. I think they look great on the foot. They look great on the leg. They're fantastic shoes. They're a little overpriced, maybe, but you know, hey, you gotta pay for all this extra material for the wing, so whatever. But I love this collaboration. I think it's great. It actually kind of kept Jeremy Scott relevant in the last couple years, because before he got Moschino again, he was kind of like a weird LA designer that no one cared about. So Adidas kind of pulled him out of the grave, if you will. And then I also have here Supreme, which isn't actually a fashion line. It's more of a skate line, but all the fashion people wear it because we want to be comfortable when we're working long days on set. So Supreme did these really cool kind of Stan Smith style shoes. It's not Adidas though, they're with Nike. And I love them. They look like tennis balls. They look fantastic with my suits, and they look great with dresses. So I love these guys. I think I got these for like $80. So, you know, watch out for fun collaborations like that. And then there are the designer shoes. Like, these are not collaboration. They are expensive, high-end shoes, although they are still sneaker. The only ones I really own, because I actually kind of try to stay away from that thing, but I was obsessed with these, is the Celine. These are from about a year ago as well. The Celine slip-on Van. These are pony hair. Sorry if you're a PETA, but pony hair is from cow, so it's not that bad, actually. These are my leopard print Celine slip-ons that are total rip-off of Vans. They're expensive. I think they were like $700. But I love them, and I've worn the crap out of them, and I get compliments every time I wear them. Not that I care about that thing, but it still happens. And I love them. So these are kind of the shoes, and I think Phoebe Philo really brought sneakers back, or made it acceptable to walk to wear to business meetings and to work, and to, you know, maybe not to the big, you know, big power meeting. Like, power dressing isn't necessarily a sneaker, but I think for day to day, just in the office, throwing a sneaker with a really cool suit is amazing. I love my slip-ons with a dress as well. So yeah, I mean, there's tons of designer options out there. Givenchy has done a lot of great high-top versions. Giuseppe Zanotti, which I've listed here, have done some insane high-top designer shoes. They're mega expensive, but so pretty. And I feel like also Rick Owens has done a lot of really cool things. He's kind of the one that brought back that like super tall, big, chunky sneaker. He does like a boot. They're really expensive. They're like $800 to $1,500 of a like Converse style leather thing. They don't have laces. They're like, he calls them the Ramon boot. So I'll put them down here. They're expensive, but they kind of, I feel like they were also part of starting this whole thing, other than Phoebe's like Celine, I wear sneakers thing that she does. So, you know, these are my favorite sneakers. If you don't want to spend even $50, if you think this is something that's a passing trend, or you like go through your sneakers really fast, I included some designer imposter, as I like to call it, high street or mass market brands who have things that are like $30 and under. Forever 21 has tons of versions. Zara has a couple. I think they had 2 versions. H&M had a couple things. So, you know, you can definitely find some great sneakers that if you like to run through them quick, or just want to be able to disposable, throw them away for next season, I think that those brands are great too. So those are my options. I'm a total sneaker freak. I hope there are some things here that you guys like, and don't be scared to wear sneakers. It is acceptable right now, this very moment. I feel like we're back in the 90s, but in a good way. And just make sure when you're doing it, unless they're Stan Smiths, I would stay away from full white, because that tends to look a little bit orthopedic, not in a sexy good way. And because, you know, sometimes orthopedic can be a little sexy and good in a Celine way, but when it's just a regular sneaker, I think stay away from all white, and stay away from all black, because those also look like old man shoes, and like, again, not in a good way. Sometimes old man can be a good thing, but not in this case. I would stay with really cool color combos, things that go with your clothes, things that clash with your clothes on purpose, you know, things like that. So yeah, unless it's a very classic shoe, like these kind of things where there's already enough going on that black and white works, I would say stick to fun colors that work with your wardrobe. Okay, have fun sneaker shopping, and I hope you find something you love. Big kiss. Bye.